Bounty Hunters Issue 5 heads to Gleansam, where a young Nakano Lash and her family arrive on an island in order for Lash to see the moon rise. Nakano tells her pregnant mother that she can't wait to show her new sibling this place. She takes off into the forest after some insects, but soon runs into a being who says her kind don't belong there. Nakano's mother comes to her aid, fighting off the being and telling Nakano to run and don't look back. Hours later, some other Nutolan come to look for them, saying how the Anselmi extremists are getting bolder and bolder. They soon find the hiding Nakano, learning she's terrified and with good cause, seeing that she's now all alone as her parents have been killed. In the present, Nakano confronts Boba Fett, telling him that his anger is with her and not Cadlia, but the hunter knows that the kid is the reason why she's betrayed them, not caring what she can do if she takes power of the crime families. Valance suddenly attacks Fett, telling him that he will pay for what he did to Tonga and he won't hurt anyone else. Fett says that this is the second time Valance has stopped him from killing Lash, and they won't be a third. Valance pins Boba against the hull, but the hunter kicks him with his boot spikes, getting free of the cyborg's Durasteel grip. Valance powers up his hand cannon, blasting Boba off the ship's railing. The cyborg, however, knows he didn't hit him with a full blast as Boba rockets back up to him, firing his grapple around Valance's neck and electrocuting him with it, telling the hunter that he got a bioenergy disruptor built into the cable with the cyborg in mind. Lash tells Cadlia to run, but the girl refuses to leave her friend behind. The sick Lash tells her that her time is past and the girl has a much greater fight ahead of her, so she must leave. Boba returns, wanting to settle this old debt, knowing that she deserves to die for what she did to him. Years before on Corellia, Fett and Valance hear from Tonga, who tells them that Lash killed their client. Thanks to that, Boba decides that Lash needs to die as well, taking his rifle and lining up a shot so he will have proof of death to the mourner's wail. Valance pushes Boba as he fires, causing him to misfire and shoot Tonga instead. Fett calls him a fool as they are surrounded by the Unbroken clan, but Fett escapes thanks to his jetpack, but Valance is caught by the clan, who intend on torturing him as Lash has no other choice but to escape with the pregnant Crinthia. Hours later, Valance is tortured by the Unbroken clan, but he only tells them that they were hired to help Calmus get into a facility, not knowing that it was an Unbroken clan sanctuary, and that he knows nothing of the woman who went missing. The clan know that if he's lying, that he will be killed and serve as a lesson to those who cross the clan. In the present, Vakura and her men have traced Valance to Rushan, scanning for the signature of his ship, the Broken Wing. She tells her men that when they find the ship, they will destroy it along with Lash and everyone aboard. Her men try and tell her that Cadlia will be on board, but Vakura doesn't care, as Fett meanwhile attacks Cadlia and Lash, separating them with a rocket barrage. Lash tells Cadlia to get to an escape pod, but Fett grabs her, telling the hunter that she's out of time. Lash slams Boba against the hull of the ship, reminding the hunter he got off Corellia unscathed, but Boba knows his reputation was damaged, and no one does that to him. He stabs Lash with a vibroblade, but Valance stops him from killing the woman, knocking the armored hunter back. Boba blasts Valance with his flamethrower, retrieving his blaster as Vakura's ship blasts the Broken Wing. Fett knows that someone else obviously wants Lash as well, as a piece of the hull separates him from the hunter. Knowing he can't get his quarry, Fett takes his leave, knowing he's already done what he came to do. Valance tries to free Lash from the hull, but the woman tells him that her ship is falling apart and she shouldn't have tried to broker a deal with Cadlia's safety and the Unbroken clan. Valance cannot move the hull thanks to his low power, but Lash knows that he doesn't have time to recharge, instead wanting him to make her death mean something. She talks about how she was sold to the Bounty Hunters Guild as a girl, and after her parents were murdered, she had to do everything to survive, and she became a monster, but Cadlia can grow up to unite the syndicates and end the cycle of war and death. Valance says that he wanted to save Lash like she saved him, when nobody else saw anything of value in a broken Imperial grunt who was more machine now than man. Lash says that he's more human than anyone she's met, so now he has to leave and save Cadlia. Lash passes him her rifle and Valance says goodbye to his mentor, rushing back to the Broken Wing. apologizing to Catalia since Lash isn't coming. Catalia pilots the ship away from the debris field as Vakura and her ship destroy much of the field. Vakura's men report that there are energy signatures, but they are hard to trace, so it's possible that 2 ships escaped. Vakura knows that they will hunt them across the galaxies since she will not allow the child to jeopardize all she has built. Catalia, meanwhile, can't believe Nakano is gone, meaning she has now no one left for her. Valance says that she has him and he promised Lash that he would protect her, so he will get her somewhere safe. Catalia doesn't think anywhere in the galaxy is safe, but Valance knows one person who can help, person he hasn't seen in a long time. Bounty Hunters issue 5 brought the action as Valance throws down with Boba Fett and ends up with an unlikely partner. I thoroughly enjoyed how most of this issue was just Valance and Boba Fett fighting, wonderfully drawing by Pablo Villanelli. The backstory this whole plot hangs on gets fully revealed here, as does a little bit about Nakano Lash's past, which was really great to explore, and again, like last issue, reinforces the idea that the galaxy is always not a very nice place and is quite unforgiving to people. Valance getting saddled with a young girl he has to protect is a cool way to take the series, and I'm looking forward to Valance going back through his past, since we will get loads more awesome character development for him, as well as more exploration of this darker side of the galaxy. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.